Like so much in the Emerald Isle, golf is steeped in history. And dating back to the 19th century is the Royal Belfast Golf Club. A course and club that offers much tradition and prestige, including the Harry Colt designed parkland layout and the beautiful Victorian clubhouse. Royal Belfast dates back to 1881 and is the oldest club in Ireland.
Very much so the birthplace of golf in Ireland, yes, and we're very, very proud of that fact. We're also one of the founding members of the Golfing Union of Ireland as well, which is the authorising body for golf on the island. The club was actually founded in 1881. Some of our members had been on holiday in Scotland and had observed the game of golf and thought, well, this is a great idea. So they came back to Belfast, got together and founded Belfast Golf Club, as it was then, in a site down in Kinniger. That was the first home of the club until about 1911, and then they moved to Carnalee, which is just down in Bangor, down the road. And then finally, in 1926, they came to this particular site at Craigavant. It was Edward VII who actually bestowed royal patronage on the club, and we've been very lucky to have continued to our current royal patron, who's Prince Andrew, Duke of York.
Despite all that history and prestige, the course itself is anything but stuffy. Set alongside the Belfast Loch, the layout features lush fairways lined with long established trees and a few deliberately grown gorse bushes.
Royal Belfast Golf Club's a very friendly place to come to. It's a great golf course, not an overly long golf course, but has its degree of difficulty once you reach the greens. The greens tend to be very quick and slopey here, so you would need to be quite a good putter. If you're not a good putter, then you tend to have a lot of three putts here.
Of all the famous names associated with the Royal Belfast Golf Club, perhaps the most important is its designer.
The Harry Colt design here, you see the bunkers now and how they're very strategically placed on the fairways and on the entrance to the greens. Most of the greens, the entrance here to the greens, you'll find that you'll have a clearing at the front, but most of the bunkers are placed to the side. So tend to be here, if you want to miss the greens, it's tend to be short rather than actually left or right. If you miss it left or right, they tend to have a very tricky up and down.
PGA professional Andrew Ferguson begins our tour of Royal Belfast on the 4th.
Par 3 4th is a short par 3. It's the shortest par 3 on the golf course. Plays roughly about an 8 or a 9 iron into quite a small target, well bunkered green. Again, it slopes very much left to right from front to back. The ideal situation is to hit it at the back bunker and let it come off the shoulder of the back bunker round into the middle of the green. Anything short and right tends to leave it very difficult and tricky up and down. 5th hole, par 5, relatively short in length. The entrance of the drive there, a couple of nice, perfectly placed bunkers, both left and right. You drive through the bunkers, again to the top of the hill, and then you'll start to see then the characteristics of the course and the entrance to the loch and stuff on the left-hand side. You'll play to the top of the hill and you're going to end up hitting probably about a 5 iron as your second shot to lay up down at the bottom of the hill to leave in probably a wedge shot of maybe 100 yards. Again, a green that looks pretty inviting, it looks pretty flat, but again will slope very much from right to left. Anything above the hole on the right-hand side leaves a very tricky two-putt.
Before we take on the back nine, a chance to take in the clubhouse, which provides a great sense of pride for Royal Belfast's 1,000 members.
It's very much a traditional club. The clubhouse itself is not particularly old. As I say, it was built in 1852, and they treasure it. They're very proud of it. We have formal bar area, casual bar area, but visitors to the club are welcome to use all of the areas within the clubhouse.
We head out to the back nine now and join Andrew on the 10th.
Hole number 10 is a short par 4. It's placed slightly uphill. Again, you're looking to hit your tee shot up the right-hand side. The fairway slopes from right to left. Head it up the right-hand side, the ball will run down in the middle of the fairway. Don't want to hit it left at this hole because you've got quite a big ravine and trouble down the left-hand side. Again, you'll only be hitting a short iron, so it's probably about 100 and 120 yards into this hole. Again, into a very tiny green, well protected with a bunker on the right, trouble on the left-hand side. So, I mean, it requires a good short iron into this hole.
The next hole showcases the scenery and shot making that sums up Royal Belfast Golf Club.
11th's a very, very good par 3. It's a slightly elevated par 3, blind par 3. From the tee, it looks quite intimidating. Okay, today we're going to hit a rescue club into this par 3. We're going to start just slightly right at target, land it on the green, and hopefully walk away here with a nice simple 3. That could be pretty close. Here we are, nicely on the green. We've got a nice uphill putt here, slightly from left to right. And hopefully we can make this for a birdie 2. We'll just have to settle for par 3 here today.
A tap-in par for Royal Belfast pro Andrew Ferguson on the 11th. And 2 holes later, those famous Harry Colt bunkers are in full view from the tee box.
13 is a great par 4. Standing on the tee, you can actually see, I mean, everything's there nicely in front of you. Some new bunkers there just placed in there this year, protecting both the right-hand side and the left-hand side. So your ideal tee shot is at the first bunker on the left, leaving you probably an 8 or a 9 iron into this green. And not a difficult green, but there's a bunker just short right at the front of the green, which you can't actually see from both the tee and the fairway. So again, the ideal shot is just on the left-hand side of the green there.
Golf is on an upward curve in Northern Ireland, and one young local responsible for that is 2-time major champ Rory McIlroy.
Oh, well, we're extremely proud, really are. I mean, in the last few years, we've become a golfing superpower, or so we like to think. Yes, Rory has played here as a young child with his father's golf society, and he's actually an honorary member of the club now, so we're very, very proud of that.
You can definitely see it through the juniors and stuff. There's so much more junior activity now. I mean, the juniors now, here at the golf club now, we've got roughly about 78 juniors, where it is actually quite big for our junior section, but you can see the whole enthusiasm and who wants to be the next Rory McIlroy, who wants to be the next Graham McDowell. So definitely you can definitely see the interest there growing.
Whether junior or duke, this grand old club is well worth a visit for any tourist to Northern Ireland.
Royal Belfast is a great golf course, very challenging golf course, very enjoyable, and it's suited for people of all ages. Again, it's a very friendly place to come, and you'll be made most welcome whenever you arrive.